I'm gonna go make a little adjustment on my computer. Be right back. Let everybody a chance to get in here. Come in, come in. I am making sure that the chat is working properly. There we go. There we go. Got it. Hello, 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 everybody. Hi there. Oh, we just got, Mr. Fiber and I went and had some lunch. Let me adjust you just a touch. There we go. Serbs is on the horn. He's already had his, got back, and ooh, him and Duke are both talking. Come in, everyone. My hair is a mess. I didn't even fix it today. I didn't fix it, well, I brushed it after my shower last night, but that is it. Okay. I know not too many people will see it because I did not get it put up in time for it to be a notification. It's kind of a last minute throwing it up there. So, hello, hello. I am Jill. This is FiberFloozieCrafts. Come on in. I know I have something in here. I didn't even take time to make a cup of coffee. So we'll just put my old coffee on the warmer there since it doesn't have any dairy in it. Is my chat working? Let me readjust my chat filter to all. There we go. Now I can see if somebody put something up. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the She Shed. It has been, it's been a day. I have my Sock Yarn Society. This is my last one. I have stopped my subscription, but this one is the August one. So if you have not opened yours yet, spoiler alert, I will be opening the Sock Yarn Society. And I finished the scarf that I was working on. This is the Granny Granny in the Round scarf that I was making. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Oh, I'm so glad you're here. It helps to have somebody to talk to. I didn't check to see if my teeth were clean. Look at there. See how I folded it? I thought that was really kind of cool. It's Crochet and More by Nana Mariana. Hello, hello. I have a finish. I did have a little bit left. Let me get that. This little bit left of this one. That's what's left of that one. This one is the mandala ombre. That's what's left of that one. And then I have these two pieces left of this one. This is the mandala tweed stripes. That's it. That's all I have left. I stopped because I didn't want there to be only a couple of rows left on the very end. It turned out really good. I'm really pleased with it. I am very pleased with it. Okay, so this is where I started. I can show you start to finish. This is where I started, and I did 4 rows of the mandala ombre, and then started on the mandala tweed stripes, and you see it went back to that in the end. At the other end of it, it kind of went back to it, almost to the blue again. Hi Nancy, come on in. And then I did some more of that, and then just back and forth. I was starting to go back to this at the other end. This color never came back. This color never came back. Then it started to get more and more black and white at the other end. And then see, it was just changing back. There's a little bit of that blue, and it was just changing back to that other color. And then this is the ombre, and it was just starting to come back to this color. But I put my 4 on this end. So let me show you what it looks like. You all right, bud? You drank too fast, didn't you? Or did you get some of your horn in your gullet? So here it is. Goes definitely just down below the waist. But if you wanted to go around and for it to be a twice around, it does that too. And I kind of like this, where you could cross this under in your coat. I think that works out nicely. Or I can bring it down just a little bit like that, and I can kind of tuck it up under and have it be double wrapped that way. And I probably could bring it up, kind of up over the ears just a little bit too. Like if you had a hood. Hi, Sally. So, pretty happy with that. 2 cakes of yarn to make it. And I did not sew it together at the bottom. I left it open. Very happy with it. Hello, LJ. I'm doing good. I was enjoying a day at home. Okay, so let me explain the title. I put in the title of this live that it was Water Elimination Day. So that, in order to explain that, we got to have a story. So here we go. Normally on Monday, I will wash the blankets, the dog's blankets. Well, I wasn't really home long enough to get the dog's blankets washed. Look at there. It's like a bolster. Yeah. It's two things. It's a scarf and a bolster. Hi, Lorna. So I washed their blankets. Now, as y'all know, we live in the country. So plumbing is just a little bit different. We have a well and we have a septic. And a couple years ago, Mr. Fiber rerouted our gray water. So my washing water and the sink back here in the back in the laundry room and the water from the sink in the kitchen are all gray water, and they all go down the hill. So no problem there. However, the way that it is routed, the water will come up in the sink in the laundry room. So I have to put the little stopper down in that sink. Well, it comes up into the sink in the kitchen and it fills both sides, but it doesn't go over. But if we let it go up into the sink into the laundry room, that sink can't handle that much water. I forgot to put the stopper down. So because I was home today and I'm doing this and doing that, you know, enjoying my day at home, right? Well, I took my Lasix today. I have not been a teetotaler on the foods that I've been eating, so I ate out yesterday and all that. So I had a little bit of like a flare up of some inflammation, so I took some Lasix. So I got up to go that way because I got to pee. And then there's water everywhere. The sink is half full of water. I pushed the plunger in. I was like, okay, I'm going to deal with this in a minute. So I had to go to the bathroom, then come back, and then I had to learn how to use. I let the water, it had stopped, let the water go back down. Then I had to learn how to use the shampooer, and because that's what Mr. Fiber does when we overrun it. He uses a shampooer and he sucks that water back out of the carpet. Well, I had to run it over and over again. I had to put 2 carpets outside, the little area carpets. I had to put them outside, it won't take long. I got to bring them back in because they're probably dry already. Because it's 105 today. And I think I emptied that little reservoir thing on the shampooer 3 times because it went through both wash and rinse cycles. Yeah, both rinse cycles out on the floor. So yeah, water elimination day. That's the title. That's why I called it that. That's just life in the country. I'm telling you, you never know out here. You just never know. Okay. Also, I was tired when I did not. Let me just start by saying, I really, really, really did not want to go yesterday. You would not have made it to seeing all that water, right? It would have been like, oh. Oh, I did it again. I cut the end off. I don't care. As long as I don't cut the yarn. I cut the bag, but I have more bags. I did not at all want to go yesterday to the chiropractor. I wanted to go. I didn't want to drive because it's 70 miles. You haven't gone in a few weeks. I'm just going to wait till September probably, Nancy, because it's just so damn hot. It's just so damn hot. Sylvia Maxwell. Oh, oh, lots of health issues for you and your hubs and your cousin. I'm doing pretty good. I'm really doing pretty good. Yes. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for coming in. I saw that, Nancy. He is adorable. You're all on the mend. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so I got up yesterday and I was gonna play hooky. I wasn't gonna go. I was gonna say, I don't feel like going. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Luckily, I didn't have to leave here until a little after 9, but I got up like at 8. You know, so water pump on the farm would go out randomly. You'd have to run down to the barn. If you have hair full of shampoo, exactly. See, that's the kind of stuff that happens out on the farm. Aw, thank you, Sylvia. I'm glad you're feeling better. So I had gone to let Serbs out yesterday, and I said, I know I should go because I really don't want to have the headaches. I really don't want to have the headaches. I just don't want the drive is what gets to me after a while. I get a fatigue of driving back and forth to Abilene for the appointments. Because, Dad and I do it. He has his appointments and I have mine. And then some days it's like we go every single day for something because you can't always get the appointments on the same day. And a lot of times I don't get his and mine. You're going to go back and listen? Okay. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. I just was having fatigue from going. And then I got to thinking, I know that Mr. Fiber didn't want to go to work either. And no, I don't want to have the headaches and all of that. Well, I had put my phone and my watch on the chargers. And I said, well, I really should. I just really should. I can't just not go. I'm going to get my coffee and I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to drink my coffee and then I'll get dressed, get ready to go. And I picked up my phone and Mr. Fiber had messaged me after I said because I sent him a message saying I didn't want to go before I took Serbs out. And on my phone it says, you like those headaches? I didn't want to go to work either. So we were thinking it at the same time. 2.5 hours. Nancy says she drives 2.5 hours to the eye doctor. Husband doesn't trust any other doctor to do those injections. Yeah, those injections, I understand that. Once you have someone who does that, I would probably feel the same way. Yep, Nancy. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I get kind of tired some afternoons when I'm coming back. I do get kind of tired, LJ. Yeah. Well, I went ahead and went. So here's the thing. I went to the yarn store. As a treat to myself, I got myself a coffee, and I'll have you know, I went from a large, I've gone down to a medium in the coffees. So that's a change. And then I went to the yarn store because right where Hobby Lobby is, and it's right next to my chiropractor. And you go right down the road, and there's the new yarn store, the Abilene Yarn Company. And I'm going to have a video for it. So I'm not going to show you what I got there today, okay? I'm going to have a video and I'll show you everything in the video, because I took video while I was there. Okay, you guys ready? So this is August. August 2025, inside Sock Yarn Society. It's called Poppy. Hi, Leanie. Well, I treated myself yesterday because I got my YouTube check, which I haven't gotten enough of a check to do anything with for a while. So I thank you guys, and I will be having a giveaway also. But I got to go because I happen to have enough that I could go. Okay, this one says, poppies are widely recognized as symbols of remembrance, especially in the context of fallen soldiers. They also represent peace, sleep, and death, and have been associated with sleep and dreams since ancient times, while red poppies are most commonly associated with remembrance. They come in a variety of colors, each with its own symbolic meaning. For example, yellow poppies are associated with wealth and success. You know people in Abilene? LJ? If you love your tea, we carry Plum Deluxe teas at Arkansas Yarn Co. So this is the Sock Yarn Society Club, and it is put out by Arkansas Yarn Co. And I've been getting it for a good portion of the year, but I have just decided to cut back. And because I cut back on that, and because I cut back on some other things, combined with my YouTube money, I was able to go to the yarn store. Now I can go to the yarn store, but was actually able to purchase. And I took a whole bunch of video. So anyway, Poppy is the theme. We ready? It's really pretty. That is very pretty. You know what? This would go really well with Laura's. It's back here behind me. Yep. Okay. Do you remember the one I got from Laura, Knit for Brains? Okay, this one is the Knit for Brains bag from Easter. And she dyed the yarn to go with the bag. Knit for Brains, podcast, everything, Etsy. I think they would go together. What do you guys think? I do. Now this one's sparkle, this one is not. Okay, LJ, this one is Arkansas Yarn Co. Is that upside down? And it's the Sock Yarn Society. And I get the Yummy Sparkle is the base that I get, and it is called, it's 75% superwash, 15% nylon, and 10% stellina. And Lori, from Lori's Stories and Crochet, she had a story, and I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, that her granddaughter was smelling the yarn, and she says, no, you don't teach that. My grandson smells yarn. And asked, we was watching my video and looked at his mom and said to his mom, what did it smell like, Mama? What did the yarn smell like? He wanted to know. So no, it's not something you teach. If you know, you know. You got to smell the yarn. I am tickled about these. Now, I think this one's a DK. No, it is not. It's a 75-25, so they'll go perfect together. Whoop, whoop. Do you think I have enough for a hexie-cardi? Certainly not for my size. Hello, Alley Cat Kimberly. Good to see you. Okay, so Knit for Brains is this one. Okay. Arkansas Yarn Co. is this one. Yes, a shawl would or a cowl. Either a shawl or a cowl, one of the two. But now what I might do, I think I'm going to stick that there and stick that there. Okay. Put these back in this bag. Now, let's see what our other goodies were. Because there's other goodies in here. I'm doing a Virus Meets Granny now. We got a pattern with this one. It's a cowl. This is the pattern we got to go with our yarn this time. This is by Wise Owl Knits, and it's called the Virgin Cowl. This is what we got this time. Looks very simple. It's a very simple lace pattern. I could just do it as a wrap. I could use both yarns and just do it as a wrap. Hi, Cheryl. Yeah, that's a very pretty color, isn't it? She used... It doesn't say. It says 1 skein of sock yarn. I have to go on Ravelry. Look at the examples. Doing good. So nice. I will put that in here too, though. I'll have a little kit all set. All right, then we get oh. You get a little bag for goodies to go with it. Hey, Chuck. Yeah, sock yarn comes, her Yummy Sparkle is very plump. It's a plump fingering. which I really like. Here's a poppy sticker. That's by the Gray Muse is who does the stickers. And then RT is Cherry Limeade Herbal. Green Rubios, regular Rubios, apple, hibiscus, plum, sour cherry, malva flowers, and natural flavor. I don't know what a malva flower is, but it is Cherry Limeade Herbal. And then our stitch marker is green for August. So there's a green drop and a green Arkansas in resin. And they're the, you can use for either knit or crochet. So those, I'm gonna take the tea, need to take the tea out, set it over here, and I need to put the stitch markers in with the kit. So it's gonna be a Laura and Lori. Cute. So yes, I will have a video for you guys tomorrow from the yarn store, because I went all the way around the store, and then I got, yeah, just, no, not Lori's Stories. It was Laura from Knit for Brains and Lori from Arkansas Yarn Co. When I get it all, it's going to be a video. So when I get that all put together, it will go out. It's not it's partially put together, but I need to do a voiceover. And then I'll do and then I will sit down after I get the voiceover done. I will sit down and go through what I got, and it will all be on one video. It might be a little bit long because I think the tour of the yarn store is about 20 minutes. And then however long I chat when I show you the yarn afterwards. This will probably be about an hour-long video for tomorrow. I'm hoping to get it out tomorrow. What are y'all working on? If you didn't see, I finished the scarf. I finished the Granny in the Round scarf. For those of you that are just coming in. It is done. Very happy with that. That is such a nice, easy-going thing to make with 2 cakes of yarn. The Cobweb Shrug. So that's like a spooky thing, huh, Kimberly? Nana's, Mariana, a 9-point star shawl for your daughter. Chuck's doing nothing. Yeah, she just got, you're like Mr. Fiber. He just got home. He's doing nothing. Take the cousin to the pulmonary this afternoon. Okay. I have my pulmonary in the fall. Mesh stitch V-shawl. You know, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. I set it aside and I have not made up my mind what to do with that. Okay, be careful, Marbell. Hello, hello. Be careful. Hello, Tank. Well, I'll try to put it out at the same time. So somewhere around 4 o'clock, Sylvia, is usually when I go live. So I will try to put my video out somewhere around 4 o'clock Central, if that helps. But I can't make promises. So now, today, I've been working on the hat. Working on a curtain for the front door. You don't like how did it not fit your area the way you liked, LJ? Well, it'll be a video, Sylvia, so it'll be there for you whenever you get ready. Do you not like the way the yarn, the way that looks in your space? Or hello, Crochet Queen, how are you? Hello to you too. So the DK is a little bit too much. Okay. Working on the third wrap with sleeves. Third? Girl, you are fast. Well, you were working on a wrap with sleeves the other day. What, Monday? Can't remember the last time I was on. Now, when I do my hat and I'm going from the ribbing into straight knitting. Oh, Chuck, thank you. Thank you so much, Chuck. Chuck, that Long Cool Woman is Chuck, and she became a member. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. When I go and go to do the straight knitting from the rib, which is knit 2, purl 2, I do the knit 2, and then I go into the back of the pearls and knit through the back of them. And it makes them sit better and have less of a bump on the front of the work if I just did knit all the way around and knit the knits and the pearls. So then it's a little smoother transition here at the front and doesn't have that bump there. So just knit into the back. Yes, I really appreciate that. Okay, where am I at? So I'm doing a knit 2, purl 2 ribbing, okay? Knit 2, purl 2. Oh, I'm so glad you're able to see it now, Nancy. That's good. Oh, isn't that awesome? Mr. Fiber's boss has to get the shots, and so I'm familiar with that. And then one of my customers, when I had the beauty shop, she would be the wife of Well, she'd be another cousin to Mr. Fiber's mother. She had to get the shots in her eye. She got them for a really long time, and then she had other things going on where it wasn't working. But she had a lot going on. Okay, so when I come to the knits of the knit 2 purl 2, when I come to the knits, I knit them regular. But when I come to the purls, I knit into the back of the purl stitch. I knit through the back of them. And it makes it sit nicely on the front. Ah, well, that'll be even better once you get the cataract surgery, won't it? Hey, Tamra. Tamra, I was right. It's the last week of August that Mr. Fiber is taking off, which means we are thinking of going to Lawton, Oklahoma, the weekend of the 22nd. Hey, Kathy. That way we're not out driving on Labor Day weekend. Now, if you really want a thumbs up, double tap your screen. You double tap it. It'll do the thumbs up for you if you're on your phone. Oh. Now you'll really see what it, no, say you'll just see whether his shirt is white or yellow. That's what I hear people say. I hear people say that's the thing that changes the most after they get cataract surgery. That, oh, I gotta bring you guys closer. I'm straining. I want to be able to sit back. There. Oh, that's much better. Now that I'm through showing you stuff. And there is my Ko-fi. For anybody who is looking for my patterns, there is my Ko-fi account. Now, once I get a couple of rows in on this hat, then I'm going to put some stripes of this in there. Yeah, that's all going to change, Nancy. Oh, so it'll be your last day of babysitting. Oh. Yep, that's right. There's something else in store. That's right. I know you've enjoyed it, though. So I don't know what might be going on YouTube. I really am out of the loop on everything. I just know what I know, and it's not much. It's not much. I don't know a whole lot about anything going on. I don't know about just, you know, I know Bridget's having a scavenger hunt. You might go watch her videos about that and then watch today's video. She's going to be having Bridget from Queen's Crafts by Bridget. She's going to be having a sale on her yarn. I know Nancy is doing from Little Treasures by Nancy. She is building a bakery, and that's coming along fun. Nancy says she goes live tonight at 8. You put the word teal, Nancy, to drop your channel. T-E-A-L if you want to drop your channel. Chuck says her grandson turned 8 or 6. What's that say? 6. Ear exact side. Oh, yes. Mine went to school today in Louisiana. I got first day of school pictures. Oliver's so tall. Oh. Yes, there's Queen's Crafts by Bridget. That's her channel. Yeah, probably. Well, some kids are that way. You just have to. It's a good thing there's lots of different things for them. Man, I remember when my kids were in school. So my daughter Carrie, her here in Texas, the year she was in kindergarten was the last year they went half days. No, hers was the first year they went all day. Yes. Now I don't remember what year that was. She was born in 93. Yes, they do. And they're always changing for sure, aren't they? Yours are homeschooled, brought them hooked on phonics, and can't wait till they can read to you. You know, I had, with my dyslexia, my mother moved. My mom and daddy, they moved. We lived in California, and she heard about a reading program at a different school, but it was in a different district. So they moved houses so that I could go to the new district so that I could do the new reading program. And here's a funny story. Years later, when I went to school to help out in Chelsea's class, she's the oldest, that would have been, I believe it was 2nd grade. I was helping do the reading program there. I had gotten hired at like not even a minimum wage, and we were doing pull-out programs, and the teachers decided they could decide whether they wanted to do a pull-out of the classroom or do it within the classroom. So that's what we were doing. And she pulled down this big box that she had up above on her cabinets, and I was flipping through this box, and I said, okay, that's weird. And she's like, what? Is it not, have you not ever seen these before? And I said, no, I've seen them before. I did them. It was the same reading program that I had done as a child. She had the books. She'd been teaching a long time. And she kept them. And they were it was a self-incentive. So you would read them, you would do the little worksheets, and then you'd go on to the next one. And it was all self-paced. And I was flipping through that box, and it was freaking me out. I couldn't believe she had those books. They were just these little, little square books, all filed into this box. And I remember I would just take the next one, and then you go and you get the next one, and then I get the next one, and I assume they got more difficult words as you went along. Don't know, couldn't prove that, but that was pretty wild. And I think it was a phonics-based thing. Did you get some more stuff in your throat? You better be careful over there. You be careful. Now he's got his horn again. Find a spot, Bubby. Yeah, that program, between that program and every night, my mother read to me. We read together every night without fail. Sat me next to her. She read it. She was having me read it, and we read every single night. If it hadn't been for that, I don't know. I don't know where my reading abilities would be by now. Not near as good as they are. Yeah, Sylvia, now I have problems with recall. Recall is my biggest problem. I know a lot of stuff, but I couldn't tell you because I can't find it. It's cataloged in there, but accessing it is the difficulty for me. I think it's really important to read to them. When I go down to see my grands, I try to read to them if I can, but it's not always easy to get them to settle down where you can read to them. Yeah. Or when you don't feel good. Either of those things make it worse. Okay, so now that I've got a row or two in, that's my first row of just knit. And for those of you who are lurking and watching, I see you and I thank you, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you very much for being here, all of you, and spending time with me. I really appreciate it. So the next thing is to finish my Virus Meets Granny. That's the next thing to finish. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Fiber always says it's off the disc. It's been like overwritten or something. Yeah, when you get, yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like I don't know nothing when I'm that tired. Yeah, he says it's off the disc. Hey, Victoria. Victoria Kidd, resident knitter. I'll probably do one more round and then I'll add in my other color. I'm excited to see how those tea cakes come out. So I want to get this hat done because I'm making hats for the family too. I have one hat done, and then I finished another hat in this color, this same yarn, and that one is going to be for Mr. Fiber's boss. And then I have one that's orange with teal, this orange with teal. That one's going to be for my Aunt Linda. And then I'm going to do this one and have the stripes. See, in a lot of ways, Victoria, I knit right-handed. But you could set them, you could have them watch me, because sitting and watching from this angle, especially since it's backwards, might be helpful. It's been years since you knit? Oh, why did I think you were a knitter and a crocheter? You know, I remember when I first started this channel, there were not very many crocheters who knit. And that is actually what I would consider myself. I would consider myself a crocheter who knits. Because predominantly I crochet. It's changed over the years. I don't have the patience that I used to have for the knitting. I just don't have the patience. So I do more simple things like the hats and, oh, yep, by Stitchual. Oh, excuse me. Okay, my coffee should be warmed back up again. I'm in my Louisiana cup. This is all the parishes, the parish houses. Oh, it's not, you think that. You have to find your own way, Tamra. It's just like crochet. Everybody crochets in their own and gets their own rhythm. You have to find your own way with it. You really do. Pretty good. Still doing it black. This one is breakfast blend and monk fruit. I'll get that finished up and then I'll switch over to decaf. Yeah, I will tell you, Tamara, I feel like you would probably enjoy using a circular. If you feel like it's really hard to hang on to the two needles, a circular would probably be a good way to go for a beginner, and a larger needle with a larger yarn. I love the monk fruit. Yes, I do. I love it. I love the lace though, LJ. I do. And I like the DK weight yarn and the lace. So I can use like an 8mm or higher. Actually, like a 10 and a 4-weight yarn, DK to 4-weight. Yes, but I cannot have any, I can't have the equal, I can't have any of the artificial sweeteners now. They definitely give me more pain. The dogs were out, they were moving stuff. Yes, you still have two tips that meet, yes. Yeah, I'm not crazy about stevia either. I have found very, very few products with stevia in it that I can tolerate. Very few. But I can kind of let go of it. When I have the circular, I can kind of let go of it, and I don't feel like I'm dropping it like you do when you're holding the two sticks. Yeah. Artificial sweeteners gave your dad headaches, LJ says. Yeah, it can happen. Well, it definitely makes me hurt. So my favorite brand, if you'll hold on, I will go get it. It's not very far from me. I will show you my favorite brand. Hold on. And they do have this at Walmart, Lakanto. And I get it in the classic. And it's cheaper on Amazon. But they do have, if you're in a pinch, you can get it at Walmart. And this one has very little aftertaste or anything. This is, and it's not as cool. It has erythritol in it along with the monk fruit, okay? So make sure you can have erythritol. And the erythritol makes it have a cool feel on the tongue, but this one does not have that like some brands do. Now, if you use a lot of it, they're all gonna show, you know, you're gonna feel that on them. I will say this, though, about the Lakanto brand, okay? Okay, Lori, I know you've been hurting, and you I don't know if you've been having headaches, but I know you're tired. I got these drops from them off of Amazon, and they have them in different flavors. I have a vanilla one and a regular flavor one. I did not like the drops. They were concentrated, and I did not like the flavor. It had an aftertaste to it. I much prefer the granules. Now they also have the Lakanto brand also came out with an allulose. The allulose is easier to mix when you are cooking. Absolutely, Lori. Just listen. Just put me down and listen and crochet. That would be just fine. Thank you so much for being here, Lori. I hope it feels better soon. You had to stop using circulars when you had to push from the connector wire to the needles. You mean right here? You're talking about where it connects. This one is a fixed circular, so there's no connector. This one is a Takumi, Clover Takumi. Made your wrist hurt pushing it up on there. This one's really good. I don't have any issue at all. Hello, Cindy. But I know it can happen. And what happens to me is that this shoulder starts hurting. It doesn't do that to me as much with crochet for some reason. But with knitting, the longer I knit, the more this rotator hurts. And that's why my emotional support chicken comes in handy. This is Teely. And Teely's job is to put her head down. She gets her head goes down right there where I can put my elbow on her behind. Cheryl made me that. She made me Teely and Teely 2. Teely 2 is back there somewhere. Yeah, stand up and stretch everything, which is what I'm going to do here in just a minute, you guys. Just so you know, I am almost ready to get off of here because I need to move around too. I usually move around once every hour. I was so glad to be home today. It was just with it being so hot out, it just makes for a long, long day. Um, Even though I got to go to the yarn store, I wouldn't take for it. I would not take for it. This helps a lot. And I was so glad to hear when the chiropractor said I don't have to come back till next week. Really? Oh, goody. He said I could go a week. More blood work? Oh. Oh, you're just trying to get back in the swing of things, Crochet Queen. Yes. It was still kind of humid here, but it was in the 70s, and I just stood out there with Serbs and was like, oh, that's nice. Yeah, drop the shoulders and elbows. Yeah. Yeah, when he said I could go that week, I was like, I'm going to try it. He said, now if you need us, we'll be here. But like they only work a half a day on Friday. So if I were to go, if I were to wait till like Friday, yeah, I know. Kind of unique. Ew. Yeah, with the humidity, right? Well, we were sitting at 49% humidity yesterday here in West Texas. And that's just so unusual for us. But Mr. Fiber and I are about to have our 20th anniversary. We met on the 13th of August, 20 years ago. And it was raining to beat hell. The road flooded. I couldn't get out of here. He got up and went to work and he said, "You're not going anywhere." And I said, "Okay." I didn't want to go anyway. But it was so flooded and I had my mom van. And there was no way that I was going anywhere. Okay, now I'm going to add my color. I'm going to add my NYX color. So take my little tail, got it over my finger. I've moved my stitch marker. This is my stitch marker from Laura at Knit for Brains that Brett made. Brett made a whole bunch of these on the 3D printer. Brett is her husband. You're fixing to have an anniversary. Well, happy anniversary. So now I'm going to go into the stitch like that, put the yarn on, and knit it. Then I'm going to drop that tail and then just go on. Yeah, that's awesome. Happy anniversary. 3/17/13. Let's see, we met on 8/13/05. You had your 53rd. Sylvia said they had their 53rd on the 13th of May. See, lucky number 13, right? Yeah. Happy anniversary and happy birthday to anybody who is celebrating. Oh, thank you, Tamara. I hope I did. And now that I have several done, I will cut that yarn. And now I just keep going. And look how nice that looks next to this. Okay, you guys, I am going to call it. I will probably have a finish the next time you see this because this doesn't take very long. We'll see. Depends on what else I'm doing because I've got to work on a couple other things too. Got to put some time in on some other stuff also. Yep, it's time to stand up, go take, go do some water elimination. It's water elimination day. If you don't know, you have to go back to the beginning. Yes, take care. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my members and all of my subscribers and anyone who stops by that leaves a thumb and gives me a view. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. You guys too. Hugs to you. Hugs to all of you. I appreciate you. Keep on trucking, you guys. Just to spite it. All right. Love y'all. Bye, y'all. Do you want to say anything, Serbs? Serbs is out. I'll show you. Hold on. I'm going to take you off here. Hold on. Y'all can see Serbs. Oh, he was out. Now he's got an itch. Cerberus. Cerberus. Say see ya. No? What'd you lose? Uh-oh, we got to cut that nail. That nail is too much. There's your ball. Oh, he wants to play ball. Okay. We got to go play ball. All right. Bye, everybody.